That's what you call an irritated mama. I'm going to keep on posting until I can't post no more. So let me get some more light up in here first off. Okay, there we go. So this topic is going to be about appreciate the people who wants to be in your life. Okay? Sometimes we tend to want to chase after people who made it known that they don't want to be in our lives. So I post a lot of stuff about different things, about children, about a lot of things. But I want to talk more and more about appreciating people who are actually really wanting to be in your life versus the people who don't. Okay, so this topic is huge because I personally lived my life chasing after a lot of people who made it known that they didn't want Quay in their life versus the people that wanted me in there. And I treated those people poorly. So you got to be careful with first of all, you got to be careful with how you treat people personally. Because when you treat people poorly, you're going to be paying for it. Because I am. You're going to look at you. Struggle is good for you to look at yourself. And when you look at yourself, sometimes you're like, man, I was so stupid. But at the time, okay, so I had a lot of issues in my life to where I made poor decisions. Very poor decisions. I quit a great paying job. That was very poor. Another thing is, there was reasons. So it wasn't so poor. It was more of first of all, it was petty, but also I was concerned. When you have a daughter that has seizures and they don't have no explanation on it, you're going back and forth to the doctors and they don't really have nothing to really prescribe for her. Then, you got family members and they got all these type of issues and you trying to solve it and you can't do too much. Then you continue your life trying to fix everybody else's problems besides your own. Then when you have good people in your life, you treat them poorly because you don't know if they're going to leave anyways. See, growing up, every time I got attached to people, they always leave me. They always just left. And I wanted to hold on to them. But as I got older, I started to realize that you can only hold on to those moments that you shared with those people versus you trying to push these people to be in your life. Sometimes we be trying to push people to be in our life not knowing that they're just there for a moment of time. God said in the Bible that it's a time. It's a time to be happy and it's a time to be sad. It's a time. So there's going to be times where you're sad. It's going to be times that I have a headache now. It's going to be times that you get very frustrated, talking to people all the time and trying your best to motivate everybody else. And you're wondering, who's motivating me? And then when you have somebody motivating you, you treat them poorly because people treated you poorly your whole freaking life. So for me, the reason why I am so defensive and the reason why I am just a hot mess sometimes is because growing up, the moment I got pregnant, my whole entire family really pretty much were talking about me. It's just like they didn't have no types of hopes for me. I got a job. Oh, you need a better one. Get another job. Oh, that's not enough. Got an apartment. Oh, you in the hood. I continued my life. I got into college. Oh, you didn't get a degree. After the point where you just like, you know what? And then you finally get to taking care of yourself and you stop asking family members for help and you stop going to all peoples and you just take care of yourself, and you be gentle with you and stop smacking yourself around because it's not always your fault. Sometimes in life I be thinking it's always me. It's all my fault. But sometimes when you looking and you in your box trying to figure out, is it just you? You start to realize it's not just you. You know, you begin to realize it's not always you. People just really treat you poorly because you treat yourself poorly. Have you ever thought about it like that? Like, the reason why people treat you so poorly because you treated yourself poorly? And you need to start treating yourself better so that they won't treat you that way. And they will start respecting you because you respected yourself. And so you need to stop settling for treating yourself like that. And maybe they will respect you. Well, that's what I'm talking about with me. Once I got in counseling, it was the best thing I ever did. But check this out. It's not easy. Once you get in counseling, you got to apply it. People go to classes like me. I went to college and I applied it. People will be going through all these degrees and all these things and they don't use the degrees. Half of them going for nurses and they ain't a nurse yet. Half of them going for all them things and they ain't that yet. Because it's a plan in life. So this here, it was my plan. I had a plan here to where I wanted to make sure I do something. After counseling, I wrote all these things in my life. It was a mess, right? Because in life, you got to have a plan. And this was me. This was me. A plan. Still going through it. Not only did I do a plan, I began to do a life plan. I started making a life plan after college. I wrote my whole life plan. The things that I wanted to accomplish in my life. What do I want to accomplish? First of all, I want to be able to be financially free. I want to be debt free. I want to be able to have my vehicle so I can make sure my kids get to where they need to go so I won't be on this bus with these children. I want to be able to do what I need to do for myself so that I won't have them holding around here like this. You know, and so in this, I even made this. I made my journal list. I was doing all these things. You know what I'm saying? What I'm lifting? All of these things in life to get by. So let me tell you something. When people are telling you, I went to college and I did this. How did you do it? What did you do after you got out of college? What did you do when you got out of counseling? What did you do? How did you become so positive? How did you do it? Well, do you see me carrying all these things? That's how I did it. I tried my best to make it in my life. Because you know what? I was stressed and I still am stressed. And I do this every day. Because you know what? Even when people come and try to find me, I'm not working. I go out here and party all the time. But yet, before I even hit out the door, I make sure my dishes are washed. I make sure I am writing every day. I make sure I do all things. Because you know what? It's important to me. What's important to me ain't important for everybody else. They like, why you writing? You ain't making no money off of it. Why you doing it? Well, you know what? Because at the end of the day, one day God will bless me with something. And this is important to me. You know? So when I'm walking around here with knowledge and wisdom and understanding, everybody gonna understand me. And that's why I do what I do. Because I don't want to be the one to be falling in my life. Talking about what I'm going to do. Poof, there it is. I'm going to do something. The world in. What I'm going to do? I done got my books. Did you not know what I did in my life? I ain't playing. I am not playing. I'm a mama out here and I ain't playing. Let me tell you what I did. I began to carry all of these things. Just imagine. This is me. I wrote 10 books in my life. All these things because I was stressed. But I could not give up on hope. And I wrote till I couldn't write no more. And I didn't have no dots or no commas in life. Everybody would tell me, oh, you got some dots problems. You got some commas problems. Ain't no dots and commas. In life, Jesus not looking at no dots and commas. He not looking at an issue. He looking at what you can solve that problem. What can you do to solve it? Some people don't solve nothing. So what I did, I carried all these things. Just imagine a single mother of two. Some people will be like, man, how does she? This is me. People think I'm perfect. Well, let me tell them, I am not perfect. Imagine you walking around carrying all this stuff in your life. Carrying your life in your hands. This is what I'm doing right now. Carrying my life in my hands. And people want to talk about me, let them talk, because they don't realize what I do on a daily basis by carrying my life in my hands. It's hard, man. It ain't easy. And everybody trying to say it's easy and all this stuff, and I make things look easy. Well, look, this is what it took me to get here in my life. So don't judge a book by its cover, honey. Unless you're doing all things and you got a book of your life. Come talk to me now. See all the things there? You see it fall. Because in life, you gonna fall. But you gotta make sure you pick it back up. Remember that. It's gonna fall sometimes. See? It's gonna fall. But you can get it back up. And nobody can tell you different. You get up, you make it in your life, and you stop letting people be the reason why you're failing. Because that's not the way. It's not the way in life. That's what stress do for you. When you stressed out, which I am, that's what you do.